everybody, and welcome to episode 12 of the Detroit Lions franchise. And I want to get right into this right here. And big shocker here, after losing to the Philadelphia Eagles, somehow Malik Hooker is going to get the superstar ability anyway. Now, I'd have to check back to know what the criteria was, because after the game, as you guys heard in my commentary, I was almost 100% sure that he was not going to be getting this. I thought it was going to be a big missed opportunity, but it's worked out in our favor. And I'm not sure if it's a glitch. Like I said, I'm going to have to go check out the game stats once again, because I really thought that we wouldn't be able to get it, but I'll take it nonetheless. I'm happy to have it. You saw Jamie Collins get an upgrade here, and of course with the 4,000 points I think Malik Hooker just received, we're going to be able to upgrade him as well. I do believe we put it into hybrid. I saw that man coverage was still a little too low. And usually with hybrid, you'll get a little bit of zone and manned here. But I believe for his upgrade, yeah, we got 2-man coverage and a couple other important stats like strength and tackle. We also went to go check his ability, and I think we got a bad luck of the roll again. I wasn't happy with Jeff Okudah's ability when he got to 75 overall. But now Malik Hooker is going to get recuperation. So basically, any lost stamina between plays, he'll get more on the next one. So he never really runs out of stamina. I would have really preferred, a deep zone KO or something, but we're not going to change it. We're going to take whatever Madden thinks he deserves, and we're going to roll with it. And ability is better than none, so we're going to take it for what it is. Malik Hooker's also going to start progressing a lot faster. I think that's what's more important than the actual ability, or actually what I'm more excited about, seeing his ability. We'll just take the fact that he's going to be able to progress, and we're finally going to perhaps see Malik Hooker become what he was projected to be coming out of the draft. And we're absolutely going to take that, as we're looking for guys who we can build this defense around. Now, we're going to hop into the game here as Matt Prater is going to get the official first kickoff of the game. And it's going to be a touchback. And we absolutely love those. It's becoming tradition. And I just love that. For some reason, I just enjoy, showing off this first part of the game. I just think it's funny for me. But we're going to see Lamar Jackson come out. And the way Carson Wentz ran all over us last game, I think we have a little bit of a game plan going into this one, as they're actually going to go read option on the first play. But he's going to hand this one off to Chris Carson, who they picked up in free agency. That's a big pickup for their run game, just bringing in more weapons. And they still have J.K. Dobbins, of course. So they're going to have a very talented running back core, or just running group, as Lamar Jackson is still a very good runner. And then, having Chris Carson and J.K. Dobbins making that 1-2 punch, very similar to what they had with Ingram. It's going to be a hard game to stop them. So Lamar Jackson here on 1st and 10 after throwing to the out route there is going to get a fresh set of downs, and he's going to throw this one here, and that's going to be a big one-hand catch for Boyle there. And just not a great play for this defense there. I thought Jelani Tavai had great coverage, but we're not going to get lucky there, as I believe that is J.K. Dobbins now, who's going to get to the outside for a big pickup at 10, and of course a first down. Now, stopping this run is going to be the main focus for us if we hope to win this game after coming off a loss, which snapped our 3-game winning streak, as they're going to go outside now, and it's going to be Trey Flowers who takes him down, Christian Jones getting involved as well. And it's going to be a 2nd and 11 here, so it's a better start for us on this series, or on at least this set of downs, than we've had previously, as Chris Carson is just going to take it up the middle. And right away, I think it's fair to say that, when a team is committed to running, like the Ravens, that they might be able to expose us, as they've had a couple big runs already. Now, Lamar Jackson going to throw the ball here for J.K. Dobbins, and he's going to pick up a couple yards, but it's going to be a 4th and 6, and Justin Tucker, one of the strongest legs probably in NFL history, is going to come in right here, and it might go out, but no, he's just going to sneak this one in. And this was a little surprising here. I thought, at 46 yards, he was going to put this one right down the middle. As we look at Matthew Stafford's stats, 2,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. He had an interception last week against Philadelphia, but we're hoping he can come out and bounce back. Now we're going to go in here in the shotgun with Swift off to his right, and Calais Campbell. I don't know how old he is at this point. He must be 53, but he's going to be an absolute tear on this defense, and we're going to have to avoid him if we hope to run the ball efficiently. 2nd and 10 now. Swift still in the game, looking around, and we are going to try and fit this in here, but I believe that was Patrick Queen who's going to disrupt it, and it's going to be a 3rd and 10 already on our first drive, so not a great start for us so far. Matthew Stafford dropping back is going to barely get this one off, and Patrick Queen, once again, the person around the ball. And just like that, the Ravens offense is going to get a chance to extend their lead. And it's going to be another handoff to Chris Carson here, getting to the outside, making a man miss. And he's going to gain about 15 yards there. 4 rushes for 25 yards, averaging 6.7. Very efficient run game so far. And we haven't even seen Lamar Jackson get involved yet. Now, this is going to be the first time Lamar gets involved in Romeo Okwara. Lamar Jackson trying to make a couple people miss. He tries to press the line of scrimmage in order to get out of bounds, but Romeo is going to do a great job setting the edge and taking him down. That's going to be a loss of 2. Now, motion here by Snead. It's going to be handed off, and Jeff Okudah, the one who has to get him, but he's going to get around the corner until Jeff Okudah is able to reroute him out of bounds. And unfortunately, we would have liked to see him attack the ball there, but he's going to be a little hesitant. He's going to stay back and stay conservative, and that's going to give them a first down as Lamar Jackson is going to break Malik Hooker's tackle, but Jelani Tavai is able to cradle him down before he's able to get to the open field. That is a close call there. Now, in the shotgun, he's going to throw it, looking around for a wide open. Is that John? No, that is going to be Hollywood Brown right there, getting the big catch. And just like that, they're going back. And they're going to hand this one off to Chris Carson, who's going to be taken down by Romeo Okwara. We talked about him being, a bigger factor in the run game. And so far, he's done a great job setting the edge. Already 2 big plays on this drive. Now in the shotgun, you're going to have Dobbins going off to the right. But it's going to be Boyle down the middle who's going to make the big... it's going to be Boyle down the middle who makes a big catch. And it's going to be another fresh set of downs here. Nope, this is going to be another read option. But this time, Christian Jones... And we're doing a great job of getting to Lamar before he really gets to that second level. And if we can continue to do that, we might be able to eliminate him from the game. But he's still always going to be a worry because at some point he can rip it off for a long one. And they're calling a lot of read options here. These are a lot of read option plays. He's handed it off quite a bit. But it's that risk that he always might keep it and take it to the outside that we have to worry about. That's where he's at his best. Now he's going to throw this one down, and that's going to be a big catch for a first down. And that's just a little hook route. I was expecting him to take off there, but he's able to corral, he's able to compose himself there and throw it to the hook route as he's going to keep this one again. And Malik Hooker gets aggressive, but Trey Flowers does a great job setting this line. And we are getting very lucky here. I don't know if lucky is the right word. We're making great plays on the outside, on the outside of the tackles to make sure we contain Lamar Jackson, because we know if Lamar Jackson gets going, that there's not going to be much that we can do, because we're just never going to know if he's going to be handing it off inside. And if he doesn't, we want to make sure that it's not effective if he does go to the outside, but wide open in the back of the end zone. We call cover 2 there. Desmond Trufant is going to go for the low wide receiver who runs the flat, and that's going to leave Hollywood Brown in the back of the end zone almost untouched for an easy touchdown. So 10-0 already going into the second quarter. We're going to be looking around here. Matthew Stafford trying to move away, and Nick Bodden is going to make a big catch here. And he's been a bigger part of this offense than I expected. He made a couple catches throughout the season, and he's going to put us in a second and inches here as Kerryon Johnson's going to get his first carry for about 6 yards. Already a better drive than our first here with only 2 plays. Now Matthew Stafford in a 2-back set out of shotgun. Looking around, he's going to throw this one deep to Brashad Perriman, who goes up for it on Jimmy Smith, and he is going to celebrate his way into the end zone. And you're right, man, you're doing your curls. That is a big boy play. Jimmy Smith is already a very large corner. I believe he's 6'2", he's physical. He's a former Pro Bowl cornerback. And we're just going to make a big play there as pressure finally arrives as he tries to move around. That is Christian Jones, who is already having a big gain. He's made a couple tackles, a tackle for loss as well, and now a sack. He's looking phenomenal, and he's looking very active here today. Now Lamar Jackson rolling out, trying to find an open receiver. He's going to end up taking this one himself, and he's going to step out of bounds, and you already know he's probably not happy about that one, as I think he had at least enough room for a first down, if not a little bit more, with Tracy Walker just a little bit away and barely gets this ball off as Trey Flowers almost gets his second sack of the game. And this is going to force a punt here, and we're hoping Agnew can put us in good field position to at least tie it or take the lead ideally. Now trying to make a man miss, unable to. And we've seen it a couple times so far, ever since his big punt return touchdown, that we're seeing some of the best tacklers go out in the punt return to try and contain Agnew, whether it be their starting safeties or some of their more physical cornerbacks. a lot of teams are taking that approach against us in order to make sure that Agnew doesn't get loose. And it's worked for them so far, as Agnew has been a little less productive since the big touchdown. Now, on 2nd and 7, looking around, and it's intercepted. Matthew Stafford continues to struggle with interceptions ever since the bye week. It is too bad, as we're trying to take the lead here, and we're going to just give them the ball back in good field position. And Lamar Jackson is going to go play action here on 1st down, looking around, trying to get someone open. He has all day in the pocket, and of course, at some point, someone's going to get open, and it's Willie Snead, the slot receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, getting wide open on the sideline there. And Lamar Jackson has been criticized for his throwing accuracy, but when you're that wide open, if you're to miss that, you shouldn't be in the NFL as a quarterback. Now, of course, he did make it, and I'm not going to say he doesn't belong in the league as a quarterback, because clearly he does. He's very effective, and he's going to throw this one off here. I believe that is Andrews this time. Yep, it's going to be David Andrews. Is it David Andrews? I'm not really sure. I don't watch enough Baltimore games. I should do that. They're pretty entertaining, but they didn't do very good this season, so I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. We'll have to see. He's Trey Flowers. Big sack. I'm rambling here, but we'll definitely take that. We're trying to force a field goal here. We've taken a bend but don't break approach all season. We like to play smash mouth football, and if you're not going to score on us, then we're going to make a play at some point, ideally, as they're going to find Willie Snead on a little in and out route there, and that's going to be big. That's going to, that's practically going to reset them. They're going to get most of the yards that they lost on the sack, and this is going to be a 3rd and goal on the 3-yard line here. We're expecting run, but no, they're going to pass it, looking around, and he's just going to end up throwing this one out of bounds, looking for Willie Snead, but pressure does come. So back on offense on the 17-yard line, Matthew Stafford in the empty set, looking around. He's going to throw the hook route there for Rodney Foreman. That's going to be a big 1st down, as Marcus Peters, the all-in or all-out kind of player, he makes a lot of big plays, but he can get burnt. Let's see if we can take advantage of that and add to the list of plays that Marcus Peters can't make. Now, Rodney Foreman right down the middle is going to try and make a man miss, but he will be taken down. So far, Matthew Stafford is 4 for 7 for 100 yards, and 1 apart. It's going to be 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Now back in shotgun with Swift off to the right. Matthew Stafford is going to snap the ball, and he's going to hand this one off there, and I believe that is Jordan Hicks who's there to make the tackle. He's also the one with the interception. So far, the run game not too effective out of the shotgun, as we are currently 3 rushes for 5 yards with Swift, and the Detroit Lions will take their 1st down. Back in the shotgun here, Swift off to the left. We're going to be looking to throw this one here, but just gets a little mixed up with the defensive line there, and he's unable to get loose. And this is going to be a 3rd and 8 with 49 seconds left. We really want to try and take the lead here. That will be best for us, as we're going to dump this one off to Rodney Foreman, and he is going to be just short. But Detroit is going to take their time out, so I presume that they will be going for it. And yes, the offense stays out. So will they be able to get the 1st down here? This is going to be a great thing. This could be a great opportunity to go in with the lead at half and, of course, receive the ball going into the second half. Matthew Stafford in the shotgun, taking his time, making his reads. Finally snaps it with 13 seconds left on the clock. He's going to find Brashad Perriman. And, thank God Marcus Peters is pretty athletic himself. Because if Brashad Perriman gets that sideline, he might be able to take that to the house for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Now, looking around, we're going to dump this one off to Sammy Watkins, who's able to beat, I believe that was Jimmy Smith, to the outside and get out of bounds with 10 seconds left. And I presume they're going to go for at least one more play here. With 1 timeout, 10 seconds left, if this ball comes out quickly, we might be able to fit in 2 plays before being forced to take a field goal. But now looking at the corner, putting some air on it, and it is TJ Hawkinson. And that is the bread and butter in the end zone here. The corner route to TJ, as soon as we see man, we just know he's going to be able to beat those linebackers or most of the safeties in the league. And that's exactly what happens as we take a 14-13 lead. And of course, the Ravens are going to take a knee to finish off the half. And so far, so good. This team is playing good. The offense looks consistent, coming off a big loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. The one game in the second half that I thought we'd be able to seal out and come out with a win, and hopefully carry us on with momentum going in with 4 wins in a row. But we did lose that one, so we're hoping to bounce back here against Baltimore. But this looks like it's going to be once again a tight game, as the score is currently 14-13, and we're just entering half here. But we do get the ball to start off. Matthew Stafford under center, looking around, is going to be taken down by Pro Bowl defensive lineman Calais Campbell, who is able to reach an amazing milestone, and that is 100 sacks in his career. That is up with some of the best pass rushers in history of NFL, and he's definitely solidified himself as a future Hall of Famer. But he's definitely, he's still got a couple games going this season. He can probably solidify himself and hopefully break a couple records. As we're going to find TJ Hawkinson right down the middle. That's a big first down here as we hope to extend this lead. And we start off with a new set of downs here. So 1st and 10 on the 38. You're going to see David Njoku motioning out here. Nick Bodden is in fullback right now. Kerryon Johnson run up the middle, takes it to the outside, makes a man miss. But finally the cavalry comes in as the safety is able to slow him down. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds. But it's a 1st and 10 here on the 41. A big rush for Kerryon Johnson, who continues to be our big play guy, which I was not expecting. I really thought DeAndre Swift would be that guy. But he has yet to make a big, flash play for us this year. He's definitely been consistent, but we thought he'd be the guy who'd be able to get to that second level, make someone miss, and be able to pick up the big yards. Now Matthew Stafford looking deep for Sammy Watkins, and it's going to be Marlon Humphrey, all-pro cornerback, making the big deflection there and stopping the touchdown. So 3rd and 8 here on the first drive of the half, and we're hoping to get the first down. This time, TJ Hawkinson unable to get the ball and keep it in, as Jimmy Smith is going to make a physical play here. He's going to put his helmet right on the ball and be able to jar it loose. So the Ravens are back in here on the 20-yard line. Looking around, it's going to be Lamar Jackson throwing it out. He's going to make sure he doesn't take a sack as nobody gets open. So far, 12 for 15 for about 113 yards and a touchdown. And bad news there is Mitch Klein goes down with broken ribs. I believe in Madden that's a 4 to 5 week, maybe even 6 week injury. So he's going to be missing quite a bit of time. And in a linebacker position where we do not have a lot of depth, that is not a good sign for us. Now, 3rd and 5, we're hoping to make sure that they pack their bag. But Andrews is going to get wide open there on the out route. Jelani Tavai in coverage. And he's going to pick up about 15 yards there on a 5-yard reception. And you are never in good standing if the tight end is able to create extra yards like that. You never want to let that happen, because when those big guys start running in the open field, they are absolutely hard to tackle. Now, on the very next play, J.K. Dobbins, only his 2nd rush of the game, but he's been involved in the passing game as well. So he's definitely not been a non-factor so far here today. But empty set, looking for the corner route. And this time it is Jeff Okudah saying absolutely not. Knocks this one down. And it's going to be a 3rd and 6 here. And we're hoping to force them to pack their bags. Now in the pistol formation, we're going to send a corner blitz. But Ronnie Staley's right there. And Lamar Jackson makes an absolutely fantastic read. He's going to realize that the corner is blitzing, which means someone is technically going to be a little late to get to that zone. They're going to be a little late to get there and make up for that blitz, and that's exactly what happens as the hook gets wide open for Hollywood Brown. Now, on the next play, J.K. Dobbins is going to run it for about 6 yards, so it's going to be a 2nd and 4 on the 32-yard line with about 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd. Run to Dobbins again, makes 2 men miss, breaks 2 tackles, and he's going to get a big gain right there. And when it hasn't been Lamar Jackson running, they've been quite efficient, whether it be Dobbins or Chris Carson. They have definitely been a threat. And this has been one of the better games for opposing offenses against us in the run game, as he's going to hit Willie Snead on the sideline there. Gain of about 4. And they're hoping to take the lead here. Of course, a field goal would do that for them, but it would only be a 2-point lead. So this offense is hoping to come out and score to the hook route there once again. And that's Willie Snead, who's been very effective here today. He's catching a lot of those intermediate passes, and he's got them for practically a first down, 3rd and 1 here. But with this running back core, I'm expecting run, but no, they're going to pass it here, looking around, and he's going to throw it to the back of the end zone over the head of the receiver, and they're going to be forced to take a field goal here. So 16-14. This is definitely, not a very safe lead for the Baltimore Ravens, as Jamal Agnew is going to break a tackle and only be able to take this out to the 20. And the way he's returning it so far, the way defenses are playing, we might have to think about taking away that green light. Of course, by doing that, you're taking away that big play opportunity that he has. The more returns that you give him, the more chances technically you have of him going off for a big one. But we're putting our offense in rough situations here. We're losing out on 5-10 yards consistently, as we're going to throw it to the outside here. The bubble route for Sammy Watkins in the RPO. That's going to be enough for a first down, as Patrick Queen is eventually going to be able to shoulder him down, but it's going to be a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, handing this one off to Kerryon Johnson, who's able to, wrestle his way up for a couple physical yards there. Only a gain of 3, but those were a hard-earned 3 yards. We like what Kerryon Johnson is able to bring to this offense down the middle. As we're going to throw it here, but he's going to throw it as he get hit. And it's going to be a little short there. I believe that was Brashad Perriman on the hook route, but he's going to sail that one to the ground. Now, with only 7 seconds left in the quarter, looking around, we're going to find DeAndre Swift on a little bit of a levels route there. We had Swift and Perriman kind of in the same area, but we kind of leveled them out, trying to force a linebacker to make a choice. And we're going to be able to hit it to the low guy, DeAndre Swift, for a big first down as we keep this drive going. As Swift is going to catch the little hook route on the very next play, so getting involved in the passing game here tonight. And it's only going to be a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 going into the fourth quarter. Trying to make a big play, looking around, we're going to find TJ Hawkinson hit as he throws once again. So this ball is not clean. TJ is going to have to kind of dive for it there, and that's going to be a gain of nothing. So we're going to hand the ball off here. Not trying to force the ball, not trying to make any mistakes. DeAndre Swift, only 5 rushes for 10. He's been more effective in the passing game so far, while Kerryon Johnson has taken a majority of the load up the middle under center. Now, Lamar Jackson is going to get a chance back out on offense. 8 minutes left on first down. Throws it over the head of his tight end. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 on the 20-yard line here. Lamar back into a pistol offense. Hands this one off to Chris Carson and Romeo Okwara. He's going to make a big play. He's going to get the solo tackle on the very powerful running back who's just so good when it comes to getting past the line of scrimmage. But we're able to stop him there. It's J.K. Dobbins on the hook. Tracy Walker, the closest guy, but he's going to be looking for something else. And unfortunately, that just happens. Sometimes our guys just feel like they're covering grass, and you never want that to happen. So J.K. Dobbins gets open as this time they're going for a designed run for Lamar Jackson, but once again, unable to get it. That is Trey Flowers getting him at the line of scrimmage, and 2nd and 10. So Lamar Jackson has not been very efficient in the run game so far, and that has definitely been to our advantage. I mean, if Lamar Jackson can't run, we know that Lamar Jackson isn't going to be able to tear us up in the passing game. He's just not at that point of his career yet where he can, sit in the pocket, make all the reads, and then make the accurate throw. So without Lamar Jackson being able to run, they're going to be relying a lot on the intermediate passes and the, Chris Carson and, J.K. Dobbins to make a play with the ball in their hands. As Jamal Agnew takes the punt, is going to be able to make a man miss, but the rest of the defense, our punt defense team is going to be able to catch up to him and take him down. So we get the ball at the 25 here, 5 minutes left in the fourth. We're still down 2. So the early points in the third quarter are still what the Baltimore Ravens are leading with, as DeAndre Swift is going to gain about 7 yards. I believe that is his best run of the day so far. And if he's going to start doing it, I'd rather it be at this point of the game because we need him to start gaining yards. Because if we can keep a diverse offense, there's not many teams that can stop us. But it's the teams that stop us in the run game that really shut us down and force us to make uncomfortable throws, and which we pay for. But if we can get that ball going in the run game, then we'll be able to make some plays in the pass game as we try to get DeAndre Swift on the flat route there, but Marcus Peters is going to knock this one out. So 2nd and 10 on the 42. Looking around, we're going to find a wide open Brashad Perriman in the middle with Marlon Humphreys in coverage. But with that kind of speed, when you've got Brashad Perriman fresh off the cut, not many guys are going to be able to keep up with that. Now Matthew Stafford, empty set on 1st and 10, 3 minutes left. Looking around, he's going to roll out, and he's just going to air this one out for DeAndre Swift. Does a great job of just falling down with it. He's going to make a safe play there with Clark, a big hitting safety right behind him. We just want him to corral the ball, get us in better field position to make a first down, as Calais Campbell unable to make the tackle, and Swift physical running. And that's one thing that Swift does bring, is even though he is smaller, I think he's just shiftier. He definitely, has a low center of gravity as we try to find Kerry Haynes, and he does drop it going into the 2-minute warning. But because of that low center of gravity, these tall guys who are 6'8", like Calais Campbell, if they do go high, as strong as he is, we're able to make plays off it. As now we're going to take a sack as David Njoku is wide open. And, we haven't been able to involve him as much as we want yet. That is something that we're going to be looking to do next year, as we really just want to get him into the playbook, get him to make some plays, as we're going to take a chance here on 3rd and 22, and we are unable to do it now. So down 2, 4th and 22. We need to make a play or the game very well might be over. Looking around, we're just going to air this one out down the middle over the head of Jordan Hicks. And we are going to be able to sit Sammy Watkins down, who's just going to corral it, bring it into his chest, and fall down right away. That might be the best throw of Matthew Stafford's season so far when it comes to just needing to make a big play. Being in a bad situation, 4th and 22, we absolutely needed that. And both Sammy Watkins and Matthew Stafford deliver, and we keep this drive alive. So now on 2nd and 9, Matthew Stafford is going to flip the offense, hoping to find a mismatch here. And we're going to go play action. Looking around, and Matthew Stafford rolling a route, but he's going to find Sammy Watkins in the corner of the end zone, but that right foot may have been out of bounds. Marcus Peters, the closest guy, but I think we could have chosen between TJ Hawkinson and Sammy Watkins, but I think we made a good decision going Sammy Watkins. He was just a little further than TJ Hawkinson. Marcus Peters was closer to TJ. Better opportunity for him to make a play. And this is going to go to booth review. And from that angle, it looks like that right foot was in bounds. And I believe that this is going to be a touchdown. So this stands, and Matthew Stafford, just like that, is going to make a big fourth quarter comeback, leading us to a touchdown and putting us back in the driver's seat. Now, of course, the Ravens ended up taking quite a bit, 2 timeouts in the last drive, trying to make sure that they were left with some time as soon as we got into field goal position. And they only got 1 timeout now, but a big gain there for Hollywood Brown. And thank God we take him down because he is absolutely dangerous in open field. And they're going to take their final timeout here. Of course, they cannot take a field goal. They absolutely need a touchdown as they are currently down 5. 20 seconds left. Lamar Jackson looking around, and it is Trey Flowers, star defensive end, getting his 2nd sack of the game. And that is going to end it. Absolutely phenomenal. Lamar Jackson, that's just the kind of situation where the last thing you can do is take a sack, throw it out of bounds, throw an incompletion, take a chance. But the last thing you want to do is take a sack and keep the clock running. And that is just a big mistake there for Lamar Jackson, who tried to maybe do a little too much, trying to find, a big play in the end zone to try and get it over with quick. But they're going to pay for it. And we are able to bounce back after the loss to the Philadelphia Eagles and come out with a tough earned win on the final drive of the game. Matthew Stafford leads us to a touchdown, leads us to a fourth quarter comeback, and a pretty solid performance here. 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's a good ratio. The run game was not very good. We weren't really able to get it going. I think one thing that the Ravens were able to do is they were able to chew a lot of clock, and that's because that they were just able to get first downs. They were able to get the necessary yards to keep the ball, keep the clock running, and it put us in a situation where we really couldn't run the ball too often, because if it wasn't effective, then we would just be wasting our time. We'd be taking a chance that we didn't want to take, as Ronnie Staley, Pro Bowl left tackle, letting through a couple guys. As 3 sacks allowed is not good for a star offensive tackle. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thought this was a hard-fought one. I thought this was a lot of fun to play for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed, because this was a tight game. So I want to thank you guys for joining. Peace out.